Let's get it on.
I-Top Billin back at it again, talking about that loaded Georgia defense, because forget what you heard, right? You know what I really want to say. Can't say it the first 30 seconds in. Forget what you heard. UGA still loaded, right? As much as it pains the rest of us college football people out there, right, who want to see their team get over that hump and get that national championship, it's going to be hard to wrestle that bad boy away from Georgia, because they are still loaded along the line of scrimmage. They're loaded on the defense, period. Remember, I did this last year, and everybody was like, oh, Cletus, they lost about 27 draft picks, Cletus. There's no way. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, about that, right? Still loaded. Still loaded, man. The answers are already on the test. Losing Jalen Carter, that's pretty huge. But guess what? They lost Jalen Carter a significant amount of the year, it seemed, and were just fine. That's scary. Absolutely scary. Bear Alexander, you already saw that dude in the national championship game, right? Starting to show what he's going to be about over the next several years. I have a guy that I identified earlier in the year, and he was just kind of a rotational piece, but he flashed to me. And at the time, they had Nolan Smith, Robert Billin, these guys out there. But Mykel Williams, to me, looked better than both them dudes. Looked like a more natural pass rusher, flat out bigger, right, boss? And then I look at that man. He's 6'5", 265 pounds. He can play a stand-up edge player, right, in a motorcycle stance. He can be reduced down to a 5 technique. He can play a 3 technique. This guy is going to be amazing. He's the stuff top 10 draft picks are made of, right? And he was just a true freshman, I believe. Beyond that, man, Tramel Waltower, all these guys that they have along the front. You got a cat in Jalen Walker, right? He's going to be one of these plug-and-play type pass rush types. Set him, hook, zone, curl, all that joint right there. He's going to be able to get it in like you wouldn't believe. So, with that being said there, the back end, lost this, died that. Chris Smith, a big loss right there, but the answer's on the test. You could actually move Malachi Starks over to Chris Smith's spot. Get David Daniel up in there hitting like the water boy. One of the hardest hitters I think I've seen, period. Your answer's on the test there. We'll talk about the cornerback position a little bit later, but the answers are definitely on the test right there. But I'm super excited just from a football standpoint to see the further development of the two off-ball linebackers, perhaps the best linebacker duo Coach Smart has ever had. Two guys who are IQ sound. I'm talking about heavy football intelligence. These guys out there telling everybody what to do. They're telling each other what to do. They're battling over telling each other what to do because they both understand the game inside and out. And that would be Jamon, Dumas-Johnson, and Smael Mondon. So I want to know if this is the best linebacker duo that Coach Smart has ever had. Now that's a loaded question right there. Obviously, I believe he started with Roquan Smith, Natrez Patrick, right? Damn good duo there. Morphed into like Monty Rice and these guys right there. But the duo of Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker, that was the joint right there. Those boys were incredible. First round pick. I want to say maybe second round pick. Was a second round pick for my boy Nakobe Dean out here for them Eagles, baby. Right? You know how we do it out here. Those guys, I think, right, or if it's not a tie, I might actually give it to Jamon, Dumas-Johnson, and Smael Mondon. They are that damn good. Check this out. I was watching this damn. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, Smael Mondon, 6'3", 220 pounds. He's pretty much built like a big receiver. And he moves like a receiver. That guy's a freak athlete. Reminds me of C.J. Mosley of Alabama fame, Baltimore Ravens fame, New York Jets fame. Smael Mondon is incredible. You can line him up at both linebacker positions if necessary, even though he's slight. But you can move him on the line of scrimmage, back off ball into space. He reminds me of C.J. Mosley because of his coverage ability. He can float hook zone. He can work man coverage, whether it be tight end or running back out of the backfield. Smael Mondon is definitely that guy right here. He had 49 tackles, a sack, and an interception there, or 49 solo tackles. What was this? He had 76 tackles total on the year right there. My man, though, is Jamon Dumas-Johnson. You know how I get down out here. My man played at St. Francis out Baltimore. He's from PG County, Hyattsville, right? Hyattsville stand up there. Jamon Dumas-Johnson, your prototypical inside Mike linebacker, Mac backer, however, whatever scheme you played in, however it was called on your call sheet there. Jamon Dumas-Johnson, definitely one of my favorite players out there. The guy brings the thunder. He's super technique sound. He had 45 solo tackles, 4 sacks, 70 total tackles here, 3 passes defense. He can do it all as well. He's another really good athlete. 6'1", 245 pounds there. So solidly built cat. Man, listen, I can rock with Jamon Dumas-Johnson because if you're going to leave the Mid-Atlantic out here, right, he ain't going to go to state, right? You're not going to Penn State or Maryland. At least make a name for yourself. This guy's making a name for himself. He's going to the league. All right, we have Dumas-Johnson here, Smael Mondon. You can see him tethered to the line of scrimmage, and you can pretty much see the gap assignments here. You have, looks like Chandler's, of course, going to have to keep that unless they're bringing somebody over who I can't see right here. You can pretty much see that it starts to take shape like this. Right, you get non-Stackhouse right here on the nose, right, 2 gap in here. But you can see how this could be a little iffy here, right? Especially when you watch this, Michael Williams here, he's going to take an inside approach. If you're a backer and you're like Jamon Dumas-Johnson, you want to scrape down the line of scrimmage here. You're going to stay parallel to the line of scrimmage, and you're going to pretty much man each gap, right? And you want to stay parallel. It's almost like that drill when you do the, if you guys ever seen in the combine, I think they hit the bags, right? They get down, hit the bags on each one. It's like hitting each gap right there. You want to stay parallel. Watch how he stays parallel to the line of scrimmage here. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Boom. Smael Mondon does it, right? People are going to look at Smael Mondon getting the tackle there, but if you look here, he's staying parallel to the line of scrimmage with the running back, he being Jamon Dumas-Johnson. So each hold that the back thinks that he could possibly hit, right? Can't do that. That's too muddy, right? You got Stackhouse and Michael Williams, right? Not practicing gaps since they're in the same gap there. But look, this next gap could possibly be there. Nope. He appears in that gap as well by just shuffling. Continues to shuffle over, right? And then runs him into the edge contain. And he even gets in on it as well. A pack of wild dogs, right? Scraping over the top. I absolutely love it. All right. Watch Dumas-Johnson here cover a ton of distance without actually going anywhere. Look at him. Parallel, parallel. Keeping that foot energy and look, strike. Oh. Look at that, right? He's just mirroring his assignment. You see zone flow going that way. He's patient and stays parallel and just shuffles. He shuffles, but look at the vision, right? He can see the flow going there, but the back's not necessarily moving with the flow. He's not afraid of traffic either. He can work through sanitation, so that doesn't matter to him. He can get off blocks, but look at this. He maintains that outside leverage there and works with inside shoulder force, and he's the first responder right there. Look at him dip low and splaka tire. Chris Rodriguez, a tough cat to corral as well. You talk about going against a very good run outfit. Kentucky is that, and you get Smael Mondon in on it as well. That's being technique sound. A lot of people in this position right here will start to panic. They may overshoot the target, right? They may take themselves out of position because they're so worried about oncoming traffic that they'll dip into it just to kind of meet that inertia, right? It's always the people who are like, I ain't scared of you. But those are the people who are usually mostly scared, right? So he doesn't have to do all that. He's not concerned about the traffic right there. He stays the course and gets in on it. Okay, same deal right here. You see him lined up behind Stackhouse, but look at him float. Look at parallel parking. Oh! Look at that. Listen, this might be an unfair comparison for Jamon Dumas-Johnson, but there's a cat who made his name out Baltimore professionally that he reminds me of technique-wise. I'm not going to say that he's this cat because this cat's the GOAT. That would be Ray Lewis. A college version of Ray Lewis, I'd imagine, would be someone who's super technique sound here. Like you see, look at that. Float, right? Scrape over the top. Look at him. He's worried about the gap. A lot of these guys that just start shooting gaps, take themselves out of the play. He understands if he can stay parallel to the line of scrimmage for the most part, that he can force runs into him and corral them bad boys. Look at that. Head on the outside as well. He's not just trying to just hit somebody. Head on the outside right there. And that's Chris Rodriguez. That's like I said before, he's a load to tackle. He runs most people over. And you can see that right there. Tackles at or just slightly beyond the line of scrimmage. This is some sound technique. Look at that. Float, parallel, run, strike. That's hard. And that's helped defense as well. You can see the great Chris Smith here, right? Alley filling, making sure that the run cuts back into someone who was doing their job in Jamon Dumas-Johnson. One hand washes the other, both wash the face. Let's get it. Once again, now he's working behind Jalen Carter out here. Same deal. Watch him parallel park it, then bounce it to the outside. Now Carter makes the play. Jalen Carter makes the play right here. Obviously, he's a freak athlete. You can see him collapsing spines right here, collapsing the man right there, elongating his spine, right? The chiropractor Jalen Carter doing his thing right there. But I want you to watch this man mirror Chris Rodriguez, he being Jamon Dumas-Johnson. Look at that. Stay in that gap. Shuffle. He goes, when I move, you move, right? You see him when he moves. Got out of the way of that block right there. But that caused Chris Rodriguez to have to reverse course, and he runs right into the waiting arms of Jalen Carter. That's making a play without making a play. All right, this time he shows you he can just get on his horse. See right here, pitch play, run it down, Yaka. Oh, no gain, or maybe a loss. All right, look at him. Scud Missling. Who we got here? Stackhouse. You got Stackhouse and Waltauer there, collapsing. So that allows him to get free right here. Smael Mondon, he's on a block right there. Now he gets to be the weak side pursuit player, and you know he can do that bad boy right there. Not going to let you cut back inside right there and then corrals you. And split tire. Fertilizes a man. All right, here we go. Now, it doesn't work a scrape exchange here off this zone read, but look at him run down Levis. Tire. McRibbed him. Right? McRibbed Will Levis there. Turned him into taxidermy. Look at that. Robert Bill here. He collapses down on the cross formation block. Will Levis, 88 and out the back gate here. But you can see this man streaming down a straight line right here, and he arrives with a bang and split tire right in his ribs. He was done. Cooked his ribs, McRibbed him, and taxidermied him. All right, now Smael Mondon, he definitely represents closer to the new age linebacker. You can see how thin he is out there, man. 220 pounds. I believe he probably weighs less than Chris Rodriguez here, but this man is a first responder, all EMT team, no doubt about that. You can see him get to Chris here, and but look at that. Chris drives on him, right? A little bit different there. He ain't driving on Jamon Dumas-Johnson. Jamon Dumas-Johnson solidly built, but you can see here, same deal. Head on the outside, get low, try to get the hands below the buttocks, and then drive. But, hey, it's a stalemate meeting of the minds there, but Chris Rodriguez continues to drive a little bit on him there. He just has the bulk up, man. I like to see him get to, if he can get to like 235 or something like that, it's a wrap. Absolute wrap. All right, you can see Mondon here work backside pursuit, that weak side, and look at that. You can tell that with just some more, right? Remember, he's 6'3" at 220 pounds, right? If he was 6'1", 220, It may not be as bad. You still want to get a little bit more than that, but he's pretty tall with it, 6'3", but not too many people getting away from him. But it does take him a little bit of time right there. Instead of striking and it be over there, you can see right here, he having to ride the donkey, right? Pause. I got to pause that one. You can see him having to struggle to get the man down on the ground there. So definitely want to see how he looks this year in his true junior year. Right, he's a junior, and he was like this, right? So, I mean, as a sophomore, he was like this, so he may be a hard gainer. Pause. Real men watch to the end and then comment. You can see him working with this wheel route here, and your man is able to work, to me, one of the best linebackers that I've seen in coverage. He's not going to panic. He can flip his hips and everything right there. He can obviously run. So he forced this. It might just be a bad Will Levis pass right here, but looks like Will Levis knew he didn't have anywhere to go with this and just kind of selled it there because my man's right on that wheel route there. But I'll get to a little bit more Smael Mondon on another one. I really wanted to concentrate on Jamon Dumas-Johnson on this particular game right here. Obviously, I was looking at something else here for some draft coverage. And, of course, Jamon Dumas-Johnson, Smael Mondon jumping out at your boy like you wouldn't believe there. So I'll have much more on this Georgia defense. I'm telling you right now, loaded beyond belief still. And with some guys that you guys have not been paying attention to or maybe you never heard of, they're going to make a significant impact again. So we shall see how it turns out, man. Georgia's going to be in the thick of things. I could see from now into the foreseeable future, which is bad news out there if you're not a Georgia fan, right? So me, personally, we shall see, baby. Penn State, we're going to be right there. We want Georgia. Coming for the best, baby. I'm going to keep saying it. We want Georgia. They be like, hey, be careful what you ask for, right? Be careful what you ask for. But we shall see, right? Penn State loaded too, baby. So we shall see. It's your boy Mid-Atlantic Murph. As always, thank you. Make sure you tip your waiter, man. Hit that thanks button. Make sure you keep the things coming there, man. We'll keep supplying that good hibachi, right? Tip your waiter because you know I'll be bringing that hibachi. All right? Strike the band.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.